again, everyone. My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Box Talk. The heavyweight division has got a lot of fights coming up. You know, the whole division is basically fighting in the next 2-3 months, so things are going to change a lot. The fight that might have the least recognized effect but has major impact overall on the division is this fight coming up. Dereck Chisora versus Kubrat Pulev. It's a crossroads fight of all, in any way you put it. Dereck Chisora, former world title challenger. Pulev, former world title challenger. Both had a loss and slipped. Both are coming back, want to go for the top spot. It's a tough one to call. You're looking at Chisora. At his best, he is nimble, he is quick, he is gritty, and he's a hustler. Pulev, at his best, is that boxer puncher. Very upright, very straight with his shots. But if he tags you and he puts it together, he'll take you out. Ade, what do you think of this fight?
It's a fantastic fight. It really is a fantastic fight. You've got, like you say, you've got Pulev, who got smoked by Klitschko, who's going to come back and think, you know, that was Klitschko, no problem. You've got Dereck Chisora, who got, in his own words, embarrassed by Tyson Fury a bit. Didn't put it together the way he wanted to put it together. So you've got two guys that have been beat by number 1 and number 2 in the division, but still want to be relevant themselves, still want another crack at it. And I've got to give respect to Dereck Chisora, if I'm honest with you, because it's almost like the tough losses he's had, you could have called it that. There was rumours that might be after the Tyson Fury fight. Obviously, he switched trainer, no longer with Don Charles, and you kind of think like, okay, where's he going with this? My only fear for him is that I'd like to have seen him against someone of...
something of note. Something of note
before taking on Pulev. Because that fight at Tyson Fury was a tough one. I remember it was a very tough one. He came back, took a time out, but he's come back against guys that Dereck Chisora blows away easy. Do you know what I mean? I would have liked to see him against someone top 20, top 15 universally. Then I could say, okay, look, going into Pulev, you're all right and everything's ticking, you're firing on all cylinders. I'm not 100% sure he is, because we've not seen him in against anyone. Same thing could have been said against Pulev, but I don't think the knockout has affected Pulev as much as the beating Tyson Fury. I mean, Dereck Chisora took from Tyson Fury. That was quite a bad beating.
We're going to we touched that in 1 second. You're right about Chisora. He deserves much more credit for taking this fight than Pulev. And here's the reason why. Chisora, regardless of win, losses, draw, has always took on tough opposition.
Always.
Never ducked no one.
Bloody
never.
hell.
You couldn't say, okay, regardless of his ranking or where we have him ranked in our heavyweight division, you couldn't say there's not someone on the record that he hasn't fought or wouldn't fight.
Yeah, he'll fight anyone.
He's one of the few people that will actually fight Ortiz.
Yeah. Happily fight Ortiz.
If you really want to do it, I'm here to do it.
Yeah. And that's exactly what he would say. In the press conference, he'll say that.
And that's where it is. So you have to give him credit for this fight. But you're right. The way he lost is an effect. I think, especially in heavyweight boxing, getting beat up and stopped by Vladimir, there's no shame. Like I said, Vladimir is the long-term champion, and Vladimir is a known puncher. Dereck got beat up. Two different things, psychologically and physically. Dereck's took easier fights on his way up from his loss, which I think was needed.
Yeah, agreed.
But I was not happy with his weight. His fight easier points and his weight kind of went up. Dereck always performed better at lighter weight, and that's my concern. Where Pulev, he had 2 fights since the Vladimir fight. I think he went 12 rounds with George Arias, and again, it's not the best type of performances, but it's something better, slightly higher than the level Chisora's been fighting at.
Yeah, okay, in terms of his opponents, I agree. I don't know, when all is said and done with Dereck Chisora, I don't know how boxers are going to look back at Dereck Chisora and think, okay, where was he? How was he ranked? Like, was he world level? Was he British? Was he European? I definitely feel it was above British. I definitely feel it was above European. I don't know if he's world level. He's almost like, you know what it is? He could have beat, and this is where matchmaking always comes into it. Dereck Chisora, at his best, could have beat someone like a Stavern. I'd love to see him against a Jennings, for example. These guys that we have is really high. Chisora could have been competitive. I could definitely be competitive with Jennings. But then he's taken on he's almost jumped from, I'm going to fight fringe levels, Malik Scott, Kevin Johnson, I'm going to take the best on. Tyson Fury, David Haye at the time, and Vitali. And you almost feel like the matchmaker should have given him something in the between. He's gone straight from lower rank to top guys.
He went from beating up Danny Williams, who was way past
Sam Sexton
to fight Vitaly Klitschko. And what was it, 12 fights, 13 fights?
Very early.
Really, really early. That's the problem you have. Again, this is what we talked about before, and this is what we were talking about recently with Josh Warrington and Selby. You don't put a very good prospect in so early when they're still developing. And yes, Dereck showed that he could fight at the higher level, and like you said, he beat Hernandez, but he never got the chance to actually fully grow.
Agreed.
Because he was rushed too soon.
Way too soon. Way too soon.
When I look at this fight, not with we look at this fight with objective eyes. Dereck at his best can beat Pulev. Not because Dereck's a better boxer. It's Dereck's movement. Yeah, the head movement, the constant hustling and bustling, and the pressure. Push up against it and fight you back. Pulev likes to start long with that jab and set that stick. But Pulev likes to fight at a dedicated pace. Yes, and likes to kind of box and punch his way in. With Dereck's movement, that side to side and jumping in, he could do it. Yeah, but he's not been moving his head that much. Yeah, he's not using his feet that much. And if you're a little slower and you stay behind Pulev, he's gonna get outboxed like he got outboxed with Tyson Fury.
You know, you said like Dereck will fight Luis Ortiz.
Yeah,
and that gets plaudits, and I rate that. But there's something sometimes that he looks in the back of mind and thinks, stop taking these fights. Sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Stop calling out for these guys. Which is, look, I like it as a fan, but as someone that wants to see him continually progress, it's almost like, hold on a bit, forget the ego, drop it a little bit, and start taking the fights that you can win. Yeah, that's like everyone else does, and that's the problem. I think this is a fight for me about who has taken less battle scars, who's mentally still right there. And I think Dereck's a bit mentally stronger than Pulev, but we'll see.
I think Dereck's straight stronger than Pulev, but Dereck's definitely got more wear and tears than Pulev. Yeah.
You know this? I think, guys, correct me if I'm wrong here. I believe this is an IBF final eliminator. No, I've read it somewhere. IBF final eliminator. Winner fights Joshua, or potentially Joshua. If Joshua fights in July or whatever, then so you're probably looking at December or something like that. As much as my prediction's going to contradict what I'm saying here, I'd love to see Pulev versus Joshua. I'd love to see Joshua take that kind of level step up and fight. If it's a confident Pulev, I'd love to see that fight. But you never know.
I think as much as that fight does sound good, given the way Pulev was stopped by Vladimir, it will be someone like Joshua, who again is the same type of stature and got punch power, food for thought, saying, guess what, if I hit this guy hard, he will crumble. Someone like Chisora, who will give more movement than Pulev, could potentially go longer rounds in a fight like that.
Yeah, I just feel like with Chisora, it depends how he performs against Pulev. I just feel like, you know, the way the British public are, because the way he performed against Tyson Fury, people are like, no, I don't want that fight. No, you know, they're like, even though it depends how he does against Pulev. We'll see that. Let's make this a quick video. It's a tough one to call, so I'll let you call first.
Does Dereck have potential to win this fight? Yes. Can he pull it off? Yes. Do I think he'll pull it off? I honestly don't know.
Oh, fence sitter.
No, it's not fence sitting. I'm going to keep my position right now.
Oh, okay, go on.
The reason why I don't know if Dereck could pull it off, as you mentioned, he's had some wear and tear. He hasn't been fighting at his best weight in his past 3 fights. And I think that's a downfall. You know, Dereck needs that movement. Pulev, I think, is a little bit gun shy, but Dereck is not the one punch puncher like a Vladimir or a Anthony Joshua.
Yes.
And that's the problem he has. He's gonna have to work with Chisora, with Pulev. If Dereck doesn't come in at the right type of weight, I find it very hard for him working for Pulev at the pace he needs to win for 12 rounds. Pulev is a very good boxer and could punch on the outside. If he keeps Chisora at distance, he could score a points win, and that's what unfortunately I'm going for. I'm going for Pulev.
By points, yeah? Tough fight.
It's all down to the weight.
It's a bit more than that.
No, I think it's more than
just the weight.
If Dereck can move and he's in the right weight, when he's at the right weight, he has a much better opposition in this fight. If he doesn't have the right weight, it spoils his style.
Tough fight to call this one for me.
Who's fence sitting that?
It's a tough fight to call. It really is. I think, like Ryan says, I think Dereck has an opportunity here. It's that kind of opportunity he's been waiting for as well. To get right back in there, but to get right back in there with beating someone that would be his biggest name on his resume. And there's an opportunity to take advantage of the Pulev that got knocked out badly and has had a couple of gimme fights on his way back. Problem is, Dereck Chisora got stopped badly and has had a couple of gimme fights since he got back. Bloody
Don't
hell.
ever call me a fencer when you're going to try to pull this.
Guys, I can't call it. I'm struggling to call this fight. You know, everything in my mind says that Pulev's jab is just going to pepper Chisora on the way in. And like Ryan said, Chisora comes anywhere near 250, 245. He's not going to be able to do that beautiful head movement for 12 rounds. He can't do it. If he comes in 235, will that be strong enough to pull off someone like a Pulev when Pulev's on you at 250 naturally? Bloody hell.
If Dereck comes down to 240, he has a very good shot at this fight. Yeah, but I don't see it happening.
Derek's got to have something to basically push Pulev away, and I don't think Derek's got the power. Well, he hasn't shown it to make Pulev stand up and take notice.
If Chisora fight the best Chisora, which is getting Pulev's chest, bully him, force him to the ropes, work the body, work the uppercuts on the inside, and force that fight. And when Pulev pushes him off, he comes right back into the chest. That's Derek's fight. Yeah, take away Pulev's jab. Yeah, that's how Dereck wins the fight. If you take away someone's best weapon, then it becomes your attribute.
I've got to go. I've got to think of everything I've just thought about, and I've got to go for Pulev to win. Pulev's fought the better level of opposition and beaten them. Pulev doesn't have the wear and tear Dereck's got. Now, as much as Dereck has come back and he's got a new trainer, 2 fights in Fury, David Haye knockout, Vitali fight was tough. Yeah, it was a good fight, but it's still you're getting hit by Vitali people. Hardest heavyweight puncher there probably has been in the last 25 years. I'm going to have a Pulev to win on points. It's going to be a close one, but it's Dereck's weight plus a few more things here, and I just think Pulev overall is the better boxer, operated at the higher level and won, and that's the thing for me. Every time Dereck step up to that level, he's lost. Do you know what I mean? His biggest win, I think, is Malik Scott. Would you say Malik Scott's higher than Kevin Johnson at the time? They're all around the same. Even if you put Helenius in there, Helenius, Malik Scott and Kevin Johnson all around the same.
Okay. In terms of fighters, Malik Scott was a better fighter than Helenius at the time he fought him, but Helenius was top 10 ranked when Chisora beat him.
Yeah. So was Malik Scott, you know.
Yeah.
So was Malik Scott. Malik Scott was...
No, university top 10 ranked. Okay. University.
Alright guys, there you can see, boy, me and Ryan are kind of on this one. That shows it's a great fight. That's what I like. I don't like to kind of say, yeah, it's going to win knockout, boom. As I've been doing in a few other videos recently.
Well, here's the joke as well. As it stands right now, I found no TV broadcaster for it. UK broadcaster.
Yeah, Box Nation ain't going to take it.
No, Frank doesn't like Delbo right now.
Yeah. That's a big shame. That is. A few people have said that as well. That's ridiculous. If that's I'm shocked that Sky haven't taken it with the link they've got with Cali. Yeah. I thought they might, Matchroom and Salon seem to have a good relationship.
We'll see. We might get it for the same night as Conor Basario.
Oh, we'll probably get it.
They might do something.
They will do a little, what do you call it? What's that word you use? Split.
Dual site.
Yeah, dual site. Split site or something we call it.
Yeah.
Alright guys, there you go. Dereck Chisora, we have ranked number 10 versus Pulev. We have ranked number 6.
Yeah.
This is what we want to see. Regardless of the outcome, this is what we want to see. Guys, in and around the top 15, getting it on with each other. Getting it on. This is one reason why Ryan might take out Deontay from the basement, because again, guys getting on with each other. Yeah. Guys in and around your ranking,
a lot of them coming
let's start fighting.
Takan Parker.
Vladimir versus Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
And even David... No, David Haye isn't fighting someone of a higher rank, is he? I got that wrong, didn't I? We're looking for something. We're looking for the belt.
Yeah, the toy belt.
Yeah, everyone seems to be mixing it up. But there you go, guys. This is a great fight. I can't really call it, if I'm honest with you. I'm struggling to call it. It's going to be a good fight. I think I will know from the weigh-in and the first 2 or 3 rounds. Then I'll know, as most people do. But the weigh-in and the first 2 or 3 will tell me a lot about this fight. But we've both gone for Pulev in a close... Go on, give me a scorecard then.
No, close competitive.
116, 112?
160, 112.
Yeah, something like that. Alright guys, leave the comments below, tell us what you think. Chisora, Pulev. Remember, like I said, I'd be a final eliminator. Who would you prefer to see fight Joshua in probably December? Because one of these guys will probably fight Joshua. Who would you prefer to see? Chisora or Pulev? You said Pulev, didn't you? You said Chisora, didn't you?
No, I said style-wise, what you're looking at. I'm going to say, yeah. If you've got someone up here who's going to stand upright and try to jab with Joshua, I don't think it's the best move to want to do.
Yeah.
But someone that moves more and makes Joshua chase, different.
Guys might laugh about Chisora, but come on, guys. He fought Charles Martin last. Come on now, think about it for a second. He fought Charles Martin.
Okay.
So yeah, peace.